Hello and welcome back to our final video covering our Final Fantasy II playthrough. Similar to the Final Fantasy I synopsis, I'm going to be going over some things I liked, disliked, and my overall experience with Final Fantasy II. There will be some spoilers for Final Fantasy I and II, so please be aware if you are currently playing through those games. Also, I would like to give a shout out to Relux the Relux, who provided some information while I was playing through, which is very interesting and made the experience more enjoyable than it would have been otherwise. So Final Fantasy II begins with 4 members of our party: Firion, Maria, Gus, and Leon, who are fleeing Fynn when they are attacked by Black Knights and left for dead. 3 of our party members, Firion, Maria, and Gus, are saved by Mindu, who is a member of the Resistance, most of whom are residing in Altair. From this point, the game sets us on several different quests in search of Leon, who is still missing, while along the way giving us the opportunity to shape the world around us and help the Resistance. From arming the Resistance, destroying an airship, befriending Dragoons, and fighting the weather. The game puts us on a large winding path with several new party members along the way to fill in for our missing party member of Leon. Several key moments, of course, are in the end when we fight the Emperor and learn later that Leon takes his place after his defeat. This isn't for long though, as the Emperor returns from Hell with the goal of destroying the whole world. Afterwards, our only real chance of success is traveling to Hell itself and stopping the Emperor and restoring peace to the world. It is notable some of the things you encounter in Hell is based off our world. There are 9 floors to the dungeon, potentially signifying the 9 circles of Hell according to Dante's Inferno, and a battle with Astaroth, who is known as the Grand Duke of Hell in demonology. Final Fantasy II does offer some key changes gameplay-wise when compared to its predecessor. The leveling up in Final Fantasy II is entirely based on the actions you take and is not based on overall experience points gained after the battle occurs. In order to get information, you have a new keyword system where you memorize keywords and tell them to key people in the world to get information. The game also has a previously mentioned 4th rotating party member while you are searching for Leon. I like a lot of the changes made, but I feel like there is room for improvement on a few of these. I really enjoyed the story of the game and felt that I was more invested in this story than the one offered in Final Fantasy I. I believe that was mostly because it felt like I was taking the same action with a different fiend each time in Final Fantasy I. Well, this game had varied characters and plot twists along the way that I did not expect. The action-based leveling system was a nice change from the normal system in Final Fantasy normally implements, but I feel like there were several areas where it could be improved. Specifically, I feel like it takes far too much time to level up each individual spell, so the game would maybe be better off with a system where you get experience for a category of spells, and you could get white magic experience using white magic, and so on and so forth. I'm not sure if that's the best way to go forward, but the real issue to solve, I believe, is the amount of time it takes to level up individual spells versus the length of the game. You just don't have enough time to level up each spell before you're at the end point. The word memorization wasn't terrible, but I feel like it didn't make sense in terms of dialogue. Oftentimes I felt like I was telling characters things they should know, and in return they would respond with a question mark signifying the phrase cannot be used on them. I feel like when you have a system like that, it can damage dialogue as it removes some life from the character. I know the character should know what I'm talking about, but because they weren't programmed to know it, it detracts from who they are as a character. Overall, I really enjoyed Final Fantasy II. I'm definitely going to return to this game. There was a lot of implementations as well that you didn't see in the first game. Chocobos are introduced, and then everything I'd mentioned before. A lot of stuff actually relying on our world. I believe as well, this is more freeform. I prepare the synopsis, but this is more free thought. I believe this is the only time Hell is mentioned in a Final Fantasy game. So that is also interesting. Anyways, if you guys followed me through the series, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back with Final Fantasy 3 tomorrow, I believe. Till next time, guys.